The engine roared as Darius Thomas pressed harder on the gas pedal. Seconds later, 3 men in dark suits appeared from the shadows, their expressions cold. "Are you sure you didn't see a blonde woman pass by?" the tallest asked, leaning toward the window. Darius shook his head, hands on the wheel. "I'm just fixing a flat. Haven't seen anyone." The men lingered, scanning the car and its weary driver, before finally walking away. A soft click came from the trunk. "Are they gone?" a voice asked. Darius's heart skipped. A woman with muddy designer running clothes climbed out, her blonde hair tangled. "Thank you." "I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't hidden me," she said. 3 hours earlier, Darius had sat in his empty office, staring at eviction notices and unpaid bills. 7 years building Tech Vision, all collapsing overnight because investors pulled out after discovering the founder was black. Now, fate had delivered an unlikely lifeline. "My name's Alexandra Winters," she said, holding out her hand. Alex Darius introduced himself, keeping his voice calm. "Why are your father's guards chasing you?" Alex laughed, tension in her eyes. "I ran away with this." She revealed a flash drive. "Evidence. My father, Richard Winters, CEO of Winter Enterprise, is corrupt." Darius froze. Winters had destroyed competitors, including his own company. "You mean to tell me your father?" Alex nodded. "Fraud, tax evasion, bribing officials, all documented here." Suddenly, Darius's phone buzzed. A stolen vehicle alert. Alex paled. "He's marking us as thieves," Darius smirked. "Not if we're prepared." They followed Alex down a hidden dirt road to a cabin, a forgotten property her father owned. Inside, Darius plugged the flash drive into his laptop. Files and emails illuminated Winter's criminal empire, cyber attacks on competitors, leaked customer data, falsified investor reports. One memo chilled him, a direct order to sabotage Tech Vision. Alex looked at him. Surprised? He shook his head. "Not anymore, but we need help. Professionals." The next morning, they visited Maya Rivera, a lawyer who had helped Darius years ago when Winter Enterprise sabotaged his company. She examined the evidence with quiet focus. "This is dangerous," she warned. "Your father controls judges, law enforcement, everyone." Darius nodded. "That's why we need a plan." Meanwhile, Richard Winters raged in his penthouse. "Where is she? That girl!" Security slid him a photo, Darius helping Alex into his car. "Who's this?" Winters sneered. "A failed businessman." But he underestimated them. For 2 weeks, Darius, Alex, Maya, and Zoe Chun, a digital security expert, mapped Winter Enterprise, documented fraud, bribery, and judicial corruption. Alex's insider access and Zoe's tech skills allowed them to infiltrate company systems, linking past and present crimes. Darius coordinated every step, turning his underestimation into leverage. Finally, the day of the corporate merger announcement arrived. Richard Winters presented, graphs and speeches, unaware of the incoming storm. Every phone in the auditorium vibrated simultaneously, displaying an anonymous link, "The Real Winters Enterprise." Screens lit up with emails, memos, and evidence of systematic fraud, judicial bribery, and sabotage. Alex's recorded message played. "My name is Alexandra Winters. I present this evidence because no company is above the law. These documents reveal predatory practices, discrimination, tax fraud, and corruption." Federal agents, coordinated by Maya, entered discreetly. "Richard Winters, you are under arrest," announced the lead agent. The auditorium erupted. Stock prices plummeted. Media circled. The man who thought himself untouchable realized his empire had crumbled. Weeks later, Darius and Alex looked out over the city. "Revenge?" she asked. "No," he replied. "Justice, and a chance to build something better." Using the settlement from Winter's case, Darius launched Horizon Technologies, an incubator supporting underrepresented entrepreneurs. 3 years on, 17 startups thrived, and the lives of dozens transformed. Alex, once a runaway heiress, now directed the foundation that funded and mentored minority-led companies. Together with Maya and Zoe, They created structures ensuring no entrepreneur would face the systemic prejudice Darius had endured. Meanwhile, Winters served his sentence, powerless and irrelevant. On the rooftop terrace of Horizon Technologies, Darius addressed a crowd of innovators. 3 years ago, we fought a system that seemed invincible. Today, we're rewriting the rules. This is just the beginning. Later, he and Alex reflected on the journey. It started in the trunk of my car, Darius said. Destiny, Alex corrected. Our choices defined the outcome. The real victory wasn't revenge. It was revolution. Building fair systems, creating opportunities, and transforming injustice into a legacy that outlived the empire of a corrupt man.